Pumpkins, pumpkins everywhere. You know it's fall when you start seeing these pumpkins everywhere you go. We're at Al's Garden Center where they have plenty. We're in Woodburn, and Josh Clark is here to talk to us a little bit about decorating with pumpkins. And here we have your regular run-of-the-mill jack-o'-lantern.
Your traditional pumpkin.
You got to think about things when you're picking it out, though, right?
Exactly, yes. This one obviously is very well suited for a smaller stoop. If you have a very grand front porch, it would be to your best interest to get one that's larger that fits the scale a little better.
I see. This would go on a narrow, let's say a narrow step or something.
Exactly.
And the stem is awesome on this one. Does that matter?
You know, the stem actually I think is one of the most important things when you're choosing a pumpkin. Not so much for longevity, it adds so much character.
It certainly does. This one's great. Now you have a white pumpkin, is that?
Yes, there's some similarities and some differences between the pumpkins. Obviously the shape is the same. White pumpkins have a thicker skin, so they really tend to last longer than a traditional orange pumpkin.
It's a lot bigger. So here you just drew something on there. How does that work?
Yes, well actually I've taken the inside and I've really hollowed it out well, so when lit from the inside at night, what's going to show through is going to be this fantastic image of this spooky goblet.
Oh, I see. And you light these. You don't have to do it with your old-fashioned candle.
No, we've come a long ways from the days of having to go out every half hour when the wind is gusting and lighting your candles again. Not to mention the safety factor. We have some great LED lights.
So you just put the whole thing in the pumpkin?
You put the whole thing in, yes. What a lot of people will do is they'll take a small little mason jar and wrap the lights around it and then set it inside so you get a full effect of the light.
Oh, that's a great idea. And then what about these little guys right here?
The little tea lights are fantastic for the smaller pumpkins. I probably wouldn't recommend one like that in the white because it does have the thicker skin. You want something a little more bright.
And then these tall ones?
And the tall ones, these luminaries, are fantastic. And you actually wouldn't even need to have these for a pumpkin. You could put them in paper sacks up and down your
perfect.
front porch.
Yeah, I love that. There's no cords.
No cords.
Nothing to light.
Yep,
perfect.
and there's no fire hazard.
And then you got this grumpy guy right here. This is awesome.
Grumpy, yes. He is great for a dinner party on a buffet, somewhere where you can really get up close and personal and see his character come out.
I like this because you didn't have to hollow it out either.
No, you don't.
All right. Now, we have some pumpkins here that you've used as planters.
Well, we are at Al's.
Got to plant something. You're at Al's.
Have to have plants, yes.
Now, you just put the soil right into the hollowed out pumpkin?
Yep, actually, I scrape it out, and I did add a drainage hole at the bottom. Just all plants need drainage. I put a little bit of some landscape fabric on the bottom to keep the soil from coming out. The one thing you really have to be careful with these guys is if you're planning a party or you have an event coming up, you really want to make sure they're fresh. They don't last as long as a traditional planter. The pumpkin has a tendency to decompose.
Right, it'll start breaking down, so you just do them, make it fresh.
Make it fresh.
Day of, day before?
Day before, yes, definitely.
All right.
One tip you can do to really try to make it last a little longer is add Vaseline to the inside of the pumpkin. It sort of makes a seal between the soil and the pumpkin skin, and that'll give you maybe 3 or 4 extra days.
Oh, that's a great tip. Now, these are definitely different. These are beautiful.
These are my favorite. You know, there's so many things you can do. There's
endless
possibilities.
Yes. Now, you just used regular spray paint?
Regular spray paint, yes. The paint does not make the pumpkin degrade. It just adds a little extra flair. With this little guy right here, what I've done is I've just taken strips of masking tape, so that covers where I don't want the paint to show, correct? And then after you spray it and it dries, peel that away, and you've got yourself a fantastic...
Now, how did you get it so shiny?
Oh, so shiny. Lacquer.
Oh.
Just spray lacquer.
Spray lacquer.
Yep. It does nothing for the longevity of the pumpkin, but it just adds a little extra pizzazz.
This would look awesome on a buffet table, on your dining room table, or anything for a party.
Sure.
And they would last maybe to Thanksgiving, some of them.
Most definitely to Thanksgiving, yes. This little guy right here I think is fun. He's a traditional orange pumpkin, sort of has a cool funky shape to him. The nice thing is you can add some silk, and he goes right into Thanksgiving and Christmas as a fantastic pair.
Oh, look at that. Aren't you smart? Whether you spray paint them, plant them, or carve them, pumpkins are the perfect way to decorate for fall.
So come to Al's, we have the pumpkin for you.